Hi, I'm Tímea Lázár, first year PhD student at the Tímea. Thank you for allowing me to record my 9 months progress report from home, considering my advanced stage of pregnancy. I will demonstrate my PhD topic from the previous start of the previous year in connection with dementia risk prediction. Let me to introduce myself again. I am Tímea Lázár from the Szeged University of Medical Doctoral School. Now I am a GP president and a PhD student. I have always been interested in psychiatry. So after 2 years of GP residency, I joined the Neurocognitive Research Center led by Horváth András. My SMS is still Marie and my statistician is Reika. My vision looms large. I anticipate a future where all the dementia cases can be foreseen before the onset of the symptoms. So my mission became to develop a simple and effective method of dementia prediction. To achieve my mission, I would like to present our specific goals. We have 2 ongoing projects. In the first part, we will analyze the now existing risk assessment scales within a meta-analytical framework. In the second phase or project, we aim to create a new, more predictive scale with the assistance of artificial intelligence. As I mentioned, my first project is a meta-analysis investigating the predictive value of dementia risk scores in adults. This topic has a high clinical implication as it is a very simple and fast way to use, for example, in a GP consultation. But let me to highlight the importance of my topic in more detail in the next diagram. So preventing dementia is not only a quality of life or an emotional well-being question, but a crucial economic and time management question, not only for the patient, but for his or her environment as well. According to the latest statistics of WHO, the prevalence of cognitive impairment is now 55 million worldwide, but by 2050, this number can reach more than the twice of the affected souls. Fortunately, a third of these cases are not written in stone. They are preventable by timely intervention. We have a validated tool to predict late-life dementia risk based on the midlife factors. These are the dementia risk scores. It is important because in this way we can make an intervention, for example, in connection with our high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol and triglyceride levels, and so on. And aware of these factors, we can influence the probability of a future cognitive decline or dementia. Our clinical question is, does dementia risk scores predict the future risk or probability of MCI or dementia? We have a population of adults free from dementia. As a factor, the dementia risk scores, and we examine as an outcome the MCIs and the dementia cases. At all, we hypothesize that dementia risk scores can predict the risk of dementia or MCI. The systematic research was conducted in 3 databases in December with a 2-domain search key. In the first domain, there is a general part, and the second part contains the full name of the risk scores and the abbreviation of them. With my selection pair Esther Rodic, after multiple selection parts, finally we had more than 100 eligible full text with a quite good coherence kappa. At all, we would like to analyze all the AUCs, HRs and ORs of the articles we are now finished the AUC part and doing the HRs and the ORs. In this first figure, you can see the results for AUC for the KIDE risk score. The area under the curve generally is an important measurement because it can tell you the predictive value of the model at any point of sensitivity and specificity. It ranges from 0 to 1. 0.5 is the coin flip, and from 0.8 we generally consider it good. In our analysis, we generally differentiate short, medium and long-term follow-up times. The short term is about 5 years generally, the medium is about 10 and the long term is 20 or more than 20 years. In case of KIDE, the long follow-up time has the best performance. What is considered good, the 0.74. Here the heterogeneity is lower than the other follow-up time studies, and you can see outliers in the medium and the short term. These outliers had different population numbers, and they contained special populations. For example, in the case of Chouzi et al., which article studied Honolulu population. In the second figure, we can observe the Libra score AUCs. This score has a similar pattern as KIDE. It is the most effective in long term, but according to the high heterogeneity and the lower number of studied populations, for a more reliable result, we need to perform further analysis. Here we have the annual risk score. We have great studies in the short and the medium term with high heterogeneity. Generally, they have a good performance, which is superior to KIDE and Libra in short and medium term. Finally, the DSI risk score has generally demonstrated the best performance in the studies conducted so far, particularly showing advantages for medium-term follow-up. There is no outlier, and we have a high heterogeneity. Our project has strengths and limitations. We are lucky because we have large data sets with long follow-up times, but we experience heterogeneity of the follow-up durations, different type of data sets, and slightly different adjusted AHRs. In conclusion, we could have great benefits for practice and also in research. Firstly, these scores are fast, easy, and cheap to perform in a daily practice, for example, in a general practitioner's office or at the clinic. We can identify high-risk populations and then intervene. From a broader perspective, we can understand the epidemiological changes and, according to these results, make public health strategies. From the standpoint of research, we can find the most predictive and effective existing dementia risk scores. Large-scale studies can validate existing risk scores, and we can identify more impactful components of the risk scores. And later we can add biomarkers to the risk scores to enhance the performance of them. Here you can see the progress. I am in the article writing part now. Our second project is determining the most influential components of dementia risk scores in adults. It's a machine learning based cohort analysis. Our clinical question here is, what are the most impactful components of dementia risk scores? The population is healthy adults or free of dementia. Factors, individual components of the dementia risk scores, and for the outcome, we will examine biological markers of cognitive function. Here we hypothesize that some components of dementia risk scores are superior in the prediction of cognitive decline than the others. In this study, we will analyze 10 risk scores in Hungarian population free of dementia. We would like to collect all the parameters of the risk scores, for example, epidemiological parameters, medical conditions, and genetics. We will make subgroups. We will differentiate low risk and high risk cases. As an outcome, we will take the objective parameters of dementia, for example, with MRI examinations. Then we would like to pool all the risk factors that we examined and combine them with a machine learning approach to identify the best combination of them, and this way make a superior risk score. Our aim is to find the populations and risk, and due to this make an early prevention. The first project is planned to submit in the end of this year, and the other is the start of the next year. Thank you for your attention, and my quote is strive for progress, not perfection, from David Perlmutter.